Hello folks, Jonathan Milam here. I do hope you're having a great day. I wanted to do a video today with two trumpets and a cornet. The cornet's a Olds recording from about 56 if I remember correctly. It accepts the modern mouthpiece. And I'm calling this a classic, a custom, and a cornet. The classic horn is a Yamaha Zeno 8335. Excellent playing horn. I mentioned in a couple of videos here a while back, I had a Z horn trumpet probably a couple of years ago. Excellent horn, a little bit tight for me in the upper register. I had an LA a few weeks back, and that was just a little too open. I had not had a Zeno in a long time, just the straight 8335. So impressed with this horn. Excellent valves. It is a classic. I would imagine this is the most popular semi-professional, professional horn certainly, but owned probably by a lot of semi-professional players, high schoolers. I'm sure it has surpassed the Strat in sales in the last few years, and it is a very impressive horn. Okay, I'm going to play three mouthpieces with each of these. Going to actually start with a fairly deep, what I call a soloist mouthpiece. Trent Austin put these out several years ago. This is the TATF, Trent Austin Trumpet Flugel mouthpiece. It's got a deep V, but really a gorgeous tone if you're playing ballads, if you're in a semi-intimate, smaller room, group of four, and you really want a lush trumpet sound. This will do it. And going to try a song that I have not played in a long time, because every time I listen to myself play it, I'm not impressed. But I've really worked on my intervals, and it's When the Dog Bites, a few of my favorite things. It just starts off with those jumps. It's got a number of, thirds, fourths, fifths, and if they're not hit just right, it just sounds a little wonky. So we'll have to put our best foot forward today, and I have been working on this the last few weeks, some interval studies and things of that nature. Hope you enjoy it. Favorite things on the 8335 Zeno. Then the custom horn that we've got is an excellent Jaeger Custom Trumpet. Marvelous horn. It will compare very favorably to this. And of course, the Olds recording. We'll try and match mouthpieces as closely as we can. And hope you enjoy it. 8335 Zeno. Yamaha does put out a nice horn. Okay, we'll go to the Jaeger. And this trumpet has a fairly open feel to it. A slightly heavier bell. I've always liked the live bells, but it doesn't affect things as much sound-wise as one might think. Excellent lead pipe design. Valves every bit as good as the Yamaha, which is high praise. And just really like the hearty sound of this trumpet. And same mouthpiece, Trent Austin's TATF. really impressed with this Jaeger trumpet. And you go to hit that D towards the top of the staff, bam, just so well in tune. And of course, we've got a lovely little Olds Cornet. This model with the Rayalloy lead pipe as well as bell. In an ad for sale of this, I said the lead pipe needs a little straightening. Not a lot, just a little bit towards the front. It's more just slightly up. And the bell needs just a little bit of straightening as well. I mean, I think you'll agree it plays fine without it. But a good repairman could have this looking just really nice. Lovely little horn. And we're going to use with this a GR64 Cornet number 6 mouthpiece. Quite a deep piece. Again, great for soloing. And then, of course, we'll go slightly deeper yet. One of my favorite mouthpieces for a cornet when we get back to it. And we'll use a definite trumpet flugel for the trumpets. And then we'll go to a lead piece. Olds trumpets and cornets also have that right on D. I tell you what, Olds really put out a tremendous product. Tremendous product. This is a big mouthpiece on a medium rim. It is a JK, Joseph Klier, and boy, I really like this mouthpiece. He goes right in from the cup, almost bowls it out a little bit. Really, and one of my favorite mouthpieces for the cornet is Mark Curry's VC, the vintage cornet. And this is just a little bit like a vintage cornet on steroids for a trumpet. Excellent, excellent piece. Big sound. Hope you enjoy it. Back to the Yamaha Zeno with the JK Joseph Klier mouthpiece. And that's spelled K-L-I-E-R, Klier. Now, I consider that a trumpet flugel mouthpiece. It's obviously much shorter than a lot of mouthpieces, but I'll tell you, that's not a dead, dull, take out all the high frequency sounds. It's a very impressive mouthpiece. Okay, we'll use it with a Jaeger Custom Trumpet. You know, I frequently get asked, well, a couple of things. Somebody said recently, love the fact that you're using a speaking mic, which gives you plenty of volume, and then you turn that off and I don't have to adjust and I can still hear the trumpet. I like that too. But the same commenter said, if I could just hear the snippets of playing close to each other, you can. If you go down in the comment section, each time that I'm playing, I've noted that, and YouTube is kind enough to make that a separate marker. And so if you go down to the bottom, hit the more indication in comments. If you go to the bottom of the comment area, it'll have lined up 9 segments, and you can go right from one to the other. Compare these two trumpets, see how the Cornet compares with them as well, minus all of the quality information that spews out like pearls from a fountain. Okay, having said all that, now we'll get to one of my favorite mouthpieces for the Cornet. If you do not have a Mark Curry vintage Cornet mouthpiece, it is an excellent, excellent little mouthpiece. Quite a deep cup with a slight bow to it, not really a V. It's like an elongated C cup, very elongated. I think it's about a 19 drill. Does yield a somewhat breathy tone, which I'm told is what Cornet sounded like back before the mass-produced smaller mouthpieces that we use now. Great Olds recording from '56. There's a thread at Trumpet Herald now. They're saying, what is the darkest sounding cornet that you can find with a shallow mouthpiece? And I'll be honest, I think that this recording would certainly be a competitor for that. All right, a mouthpiece I just got a few days ago. It is a GR. It is a 64M rim with an S. That's the shallow cup. And I usually do not do really good with shallow cup mouthpieces and tighter backbores, and this is their #1 lead backbore. So I practiced a week with it, and we'll see how we go. Back to the Yamaha, and if you're playing lead, this will perhaps give you an idea what it sounds like. We'll switch, still a regular song, not just a bit of exercise for the chops, but we'll try and do Give Me That Old Time Religion in a slightly upper key. Yamaha Zeno with the GR64M, but a shallow cup mouthpiece. Okay, get a drink of water here. I'm dying. Nice trumpets, really. The old Zeno, or the Yamaha Zeno, is of course a classic, and I think it pairs well, really, with this Jaeger. The Jaeger bell, I suppose it may be just a little bigger than a 37 Strad, probably similar. Seems a little bigger in the late area, taper area here. Not huge there, but a nice bell. I do like it. And we'll try this as well with the GR lead or commercial mouthpiece. Okay. I've never been a fan of real shallow mouthpieces in cornets, but it does give you an interesting tone when you have a darkish horn and you really push its parameters. This is, of course, a tremendous mouthpiece. It's a Reeves 41C, and maybe not quite what you would consider a lead mouthpiece, but Reeves has the ability to take a commercial tone out of what would otherwise be a mundane average mouthpiece. And this is about as shallow as I'd want to go with a cornet. So we've got the Olds recording with a Reeves C mouthpiece. The cornet is a more finesse instrument. There's an old pro that used to play for Disney down in Orlando. I was talking to him once about trumpets, and in fact, he played his choice of Yamaha trumpets, which was the 2000 line, the student model. He said, I think their bells are a little heavier. He said, I think they project better. Very interesting. Great trumpeter. Talked to him about cracking notes one time, and he said, no, I don't crack notes. Well, if you're a pro, perhaps not. But we were talking about cornets and trumpets, and he said, everything I can do on a trumpet, I cannot do on a cornet. So it is a little more finesse, but we'll reach for the B flat after I've given my chops a little cheap rest. I'm not going to try a lip trill up there, but we gave you a D on a cornet. How do you like that? I'm sure the applause is just billowing from the rooms where this is being watched. All right, folks, I've had a good time this weekend. Made a video yesterday about a Bach 1C, 1.5C, 3C, 5C, 7C, played them all, and the next day could still play my mouthpieces. I never cease to impress myself. Just a little humor there. I may be my harshest critic. But any trumpets that we do have for sale, which strangely enough, all three of these are for sale at the moment. Trying to get my focus completely on Strads. I've got 4 Strad trumpets, a couple of extra Strad bells, trying to get some modular systems put together. And so we're selling everything we can to raise money for that noble end. But anything we have for sale, first line in the comments section, you'll see a link to Trumpet Herald. Wonderful forum, lots of great opportunity to learn and give input. And they also have a marketplace where I've bought scores of horns and mouthpieces as well. All right, folks, appreciate the time we've spent together. Questions, comments. Generally, we enjoy most all of the comments. If they're really bad, I'll just ban you for life. That's as bad as it can get. But that's a rare instance. And we do hope that you take care of yourself in these unique times that we live in and someone near you.